And going back to a point you mentioned about trade secrets. Now, a lot of software companies, because as you know probably better than me, software being patented is not always doable for obvious reasons. And a lot of startups have this tendency, in my modest experience in Bulgaria, to try and go for the trade secret route. And they would say, you know, Coca-Cola is all about trade secret and et cetera, et cetera. But my question is, in your experience, if we discuss fields outside of software, for example, energy management or biology, or maybe not say quantum because the research there is more specific, but is trade secret an effective mechanism of protecting a startup's IP?
The short answer is yes, but it's not enough. So a combination of intellectual property protection is what makes the overall company successful. So certain parts to be kept as trade secret is perfectly fine. Other things which are easily reverse engineered and can be tracked by a competitor need to be filed as a patent. So there's a distinction between what you can keep as a trade secret by definition and what is in a patent. A patent, by definition, you have to disclose the best mode of achieving your invention to the public, and which is why the government in that country gives you a monopoly for that idea. So it's just the opposite of a trade secret. So you have some trade secrets, you have patents, you have hopefully trademarks. All of this combined is kind of the intellectual property strategy. So just having trade secrets is probably not enough. So one needs to think about which parts of the intellectual property portfolio needs to be protected through patents, and that is required. But when you go to an investor, the investor does not see any patents in the portfolio in a startup. That's a little bit of an uneasy feeling because, you know, is there a way for someone to reverse engineer, get ahead of you in the market? Of course. I mean, those are questions that an investor will invariably ask. So I think being prepared for what the investor is going to ask and being savvy about the strategy of protecting your product. End of the day, you want to protect your product and have a monopoly. That's it. How you do it is dependent on the field. If you're in energy and material science, you almost invariably have to have patents because some of those things can be reverse engineered, and those are things you are much better off protecting.